Eliminate your cable bill forever. TigerStream promotes free thought and free speech. Your promo code is in the description. While Democrats continue to let the fake news of the Trump admin Russian ties simmer on the back burner and turn their focus on the commander-in-chief as an instigator of racial hatred who doesn't disavow violence fast enough, a member of their own ranks promotes even more violence. Maria Chappelle Nadal, a stinking Democratic senator for crying out loud, from the state of Missouri, verbally expressed her wishes for the death of a sitting president. And since this is coming from a black woman toward a white guy, should we pick up our signs of protest, surround the Missouri State Capitol building, and act outraged at the apparent racial overtones of such a wish? Isn't this to be construed as black supremacy rearing its ugly head? With 5 written words, one of Missouri's most controversial state lawmakers sparked a U.S. Secret Service investigation, potentially endangered her own political career, and flung St. Louis squarely into the middle of the media-spawned, raging racial political debate in the wake of the unrest in Charlottesville, Virginia. During a morning Facebook exchange, bloodthirsty Maria wrote, "I hope Trump is assassinated." And of course, because she's one of the darlings of the left, Zuckerberg and his social media Gestapo turned a blind eye to it. Compared to this kind of statement, my Facebook comments are milquetoast, and still they've gotten me temporarily banned more times than I can even remember. But we've seen this crap so many times, we know how the game works. Besides, how stupid do you really have to be to make such a lame-brained public statement? Can people who are senators really be that stupid? Wait, don't answer that question. And as much as I'm against the left-right paradigm, you better believe all hell would have broken loose if some white Republican said that about Obama during his national debt increasing, individual rights trampling presidential reign. Yeah, she quickly deleted her post, but not quickly enough. By mid-afternoon, the political verdicts of her own party were rolling in. Senator Claire McCaskill said, "I condemn it. It's outrageous, and she should resign." Representative William Lacey Clay said, "Calling for the assassination of the president is a federal crime. She's an embarrassment to our state. She should resign immediately." Missouri Democratic Party Chair Stephen Weber said, "The party will absolutely not tolerate calls for the assassination of the president. I believe she should resign." Missouri Senate Democratic Caucus leader Senator Gina Walsh said, "She should be ashamed of herself for adding her voice to this toxic environment." You know what I say about these reactions from her own party? Window dressing. That's all it is. It's almost like because of what they said about Trump's slow reaction to Charlottesville, they're in this contest to be the first ones to disavow evil as soon as they see it. But coming from them, it's like the ultimate in covert virtue signaling. And remember, these people are professional parasitic politicians. You'll always know when they're lying when they open their mouths. In an interview, foot-in-her-mouth, red-faced Maria acknowledged she wrote the offending line on her personal Facebook page in response to another commenter before deleting it. She told the Post-Dispatch, "I didn't mean what I put up. Absolutely not. I was very frustrated. Things have got to change. It was in response to concerns that I'm hearing from residents of St. Louis. I've deleted it, and it should have been deleted. But there is something way more important that we should be talking about." More important than calls from a senator for the assassination of a political leader? Way to deflect, Maria. You guys and your media counterparts are the ones who want to keep stirring up and talking about violence. But thanks for letting us know how you really feel. At least you were being honest when you said it. Now that you've been caught and are under Secret Service investigation, of course you feel compelled to lie and say you didn't mean it. That's what politicians do. So her comrades in arms call for murderous Maria's resignation. What's her response? "I am not resigning. What I said was wrong, but I am not going to stop talking about what led to that, which is the frustration and anger that many people across America are feeling right now." Her excuse for publicizing such an immoral wish on social media, she says, stemmed from the fallout of what happened in the aftermath of Charlottesville. She said, "There are people who are afraid of white supremacists. There are people who are having nightmares. There are people who are afraid of going out in the streets. It's worse than even Ferguson." And your solution to all that fear, all those nightmares, and all that mayhem is your desire that someone murder a white guy who happens to be the president? If there's a cure for leftism, I hope somebody finds it quick, because the bases are loaded and it's the bottom of the ninth. Now, in an amazing twist of irony, the Reverend Al Sharpton, the outspoken, six-figure, hypocritical, tax-evading poster child for the left, finally found something that he doesn't want the government to pay for. Check this out.
Thomas Jefferson had slaves.
Yeah, I read it. Had slaves and children with the slaves.
Exactly.
And it does matter.
Therefore, should they take down the Jefferson
I think
Memorial?
that this is personal. This is not some kind of removed discussion from us. Our families were victims of this. Certainly they ought to be removed.
Therefore, everybody associated with slavery in terms of any public monument to them.
When you look at the fact that public monuments are supported by public funds, you're asking me to subsidize the insult of my
Thomas
family.
Jefferson had slaves.
And I would repeat that the public should not be paying to uphold somebody who has had that kind of background.
So, based on Sharpton's keen logic, we should remove every statue of Martin Luther King Jr. After all, as leftists hail him as one of the most influential civil rights leaders of all time, and as irony would have it, he saw homosexuality as a mental problem that had a solution. In a 1958 advice column in Ebony magazine written by King, a young gay guy wrote this: "My problem is different from the ones most people have. I'm a boy, but I feel about boys the way I ought to feel about girls. I don't want my parents to know about me. What can I do? Is there any place where I can go for help?" This was Martin Luther King Jr.'s answer. Your problem is not at all an uncommon one. However, it does require careful attention. The type of feeling that you have toward boys is probably not an innate tendency, but something that has been culturally acquired. Your reasons for adopting this habit have now been consciously suppressed or unconsciously repressed. Therefore, it is necessary to deal with this problem by getting back to some of the experiences and circumstances that led to the habit. In order to do this, I would suggest that you see a good psychiatrist who can assist you in bringing to the forefront of conscience all those experiences and circumstances that led to the habit. You are already on the right road toward a solution, since you honestly recognize the problem and have a desire to solve it. Without taking anything out of context, King calls homosexuality a problem that was probably culturally acquired. He said that it's necessary to deal with this problem and that he can start by going to a psychiatrist. Basically, he's telling the guy that he's mentally ill and needs to come under the care of a shrink to deal with that mental illness. So, leftists, we'll be waiting for you guys to call Martin Luther King Jr. out on his obvious homophobia and look forward to your demands that all statues fashioned in the likeness of King be taken down as you remove the statues of other intolerant, bigoted men. I mean, because equality, right? Guys, if you enjoyed this video, give it a like and share it with others. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe and notification button and you'll be alerted when I upload new videos. Today's shirts for the day are Truth, the new hate speech, Truth is treason in the empire of lies, and Macbeth, eat fast, die young. Your $5 off promo code is in a link in the description for you for every shirt in the store. Don't forget to leave your thoughts for the world and the Google Thought Police in the comments section below. I'll see you guys in the next video.